All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Benjamin, and I'm the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, after the court session yesterday, His Excellency Peter Obi granted an interview outside the court, which is making the rounds everywhere on social media now, because he actually talked about fuel subsidy removal. But before I take you to that interview, let me quickly give you a breakdown of what happened in court yesterday. A lot of people have come to say we have not updated that, but that is because the court session actually started very late at around 2 p.m. So, how did it go in court yesterday? The presiding judge, Honorable Justice Samani, came in late and he apologized. Ben Anachibe-san led LP's proceedings yesterday and he quickly moved the motion to tender Form EC8. That is the certified true copies of the results which Labour Party procured from INEC. He wanted to call all the states to which they had forms initially, then present all the EC8 forms at once. But the judge objected and said he should call every state separately and present the Form EC8 separately. So the LP Council started with the 21 local government areas of Adamawa State, and INEC lawyers began to object. As usual, they raised objection. And the thing is, this Form EC8 that LP is presenting in court were gotten from INEC. INEC certified, that's why they call them CTC, certified true copies. And now INEC is coming to object the presentation of those copies in court. What this means is that INEC did not do its due diligence in their wuruwuru. They did not reconcile the results on the EC8 well with what they announced. So by the time the Form EC8 of all the states are cross-examined, the result in each state will be at variance with what INEC announced for that state. And that one don't scatter the election, pata pata. So that is the problem now. And even the APC council raised objection, but the court overruled and allowed the LP lawyer to continue. Then he tendered the 21 local government areas of Adamawa State. The LP Council moved on to tender Form EC8 in 8 local government areas of Bayelsa State. Then the judge overruled the objection because every time he calls a state, INEC lawyer will object. And the judge will overrule it. And at this point, the LP lawyer and the presiding judge were practically mocking the INEC lawyers. Because how do you come to court to oppose yourself? So anytime the LP council wants to announce the tendering of Form EC8, he will say, now I wish to tender the duly certified true copies of Form EC8 received from the custody of INEC and duly procured from INEC. You know, he's rubbing it in their faces that you people were the ones that gave us these forms. And then the judge too will rub it in their face when he receives it by saying, this document of Form EC8 are now admitted by the court as evidence and marked as exhibit. Now I know why they no agree made and televise this thing. Because it will be so shameful for the whole world to see. Then the LP lawyer went ahead to tender the Form EC8 for 23 local government areas of Benue State, 21 local government areas of Kogi State, 11 local government areas of Nasarawa State, 25 local government areas of Niger State, 18 local government areas of Ondo State, 21 local government areas of Sokoto State, 25 local government areas of Delta State, 25 local government areas of Imo State. Then we have 21 local governments of Kaduna and 31 local government of Oyo State. So all those results were presented in court, and this is the big problem. The judges have accepted them. And the judges are even angry with the way INEC, they conduct themselves in court. They say they are not conducting themselves properly, that these are certified forms from you. How can you come and be raising objection here? And when the figures from the Forms EC8 of every state is compiled, let me tell you 2 things that will happen. Number 1, you realize that Peter Obi scored higher in every state than what he was awarded. Number 2, you will realize that the results that was announced by INEC in every state will be different from what is on the Form EC8. Wahala never come be that. Wahala never come like that. Now let's get to the interview that PO granted outside the courts, where he spoke about the fuel subsidy removal.
There's a difference between removing your tooth by applying anesthesia, which will alleviate your pain, and just pulling it out. The difference is that I believe it should be removed with conditions, and that condition has to be applied. If I was involved, I would have shown in empirical statistical data how much we are going to save, where we are going to apply it, the gains for the people, so they can, just like I said all throughout my campaign, that I'm going to govern the people by being open, showing them empirically verifiable facts on how the country can be better, and everybody can follow it. The reason why Nigerians are agitating about everything here is that when people say, let's go and suffer, let's go and sacrifice, they don't see the effect of the sacrifice at the end. But if you're going to do it, then do it in an organized manner where the people can see a verifiable plan. And that's it. I did a lot of similar things while I was governor in Anambra State, stopping this to do this. But each one I did, I showed the people in a verifiable manner where we're going to land. Governance should not be supply driven, it should be demand driven. You govern with the people. Let the people know what you're doing and explain to them in a clear terms.
You have heard him. What a brilliant man, PO. And the way he mirrors what the people feel, the way he talks, and the people can feel that this man is speaking our minds. The people feel like they are speaking through him. That is why he is loved by the people. Look at the toothache analogy that he used. If you have a toothache and you want the doctor to pull it out, does the doctor not give you painkiller before removing it? Does he just forcefully pull it out? No, he gives you painkillers. And that is what he's saying. There are things you need to put in place before talking about subsidy removal. And he was also talking about the people having a clear-cut understanding of your vision. And that is one of the biggest problems with this fuel subsidy thing. Many Nigerians don't even understand it. And when you tell them that they are going to benefit from it in future, they don't understand what you are saying. How am I going to benefit from it? Before you know now, they will come out and say they want to share 5,000 naira to the poor. Before you know, the whole money is gone. And that is the fear of the people. That if you are subsidizing fuel and it allows every Nigerian to buy at 195 naira per liter, now you want to remove that subsidy. That money, can you put it to use in such a way that it will benefit every Nigerian? It is one of the worries of the people that is making them to agitate. And that is what PO is saying, that you should allay those worries by giving them empirical, clear-cut proof that the regime after subsidy will be better than the subsidy regime. And that is how he governed in Anambra. He said it there. Then he went ahead to tweet. And the tweet was even more comprehensive than this interview. But there was a part of the tweet that went viral. Check out. Look at this tweet. He said the problem in Nigeria is that often government tells the masses to suffer and sacrifice for a better future. But in future, things get worse. Oh! Does this not say the mind of every average Nigerian? Does this not represent what the common man feels in this country? It's like there is no year that is not worse than the previous year. Go and ask a 50-year-old Nigerian. He will tell you this same thing. And it appears as if the elites, the leaders, don't even know these things. So when somebody in the capacity of His Excellency Peter Obi comes out and he says it, people look at it differently because they don't expect him to know that much about the common man. Why? Because all his contemporaries, all the people in his class seem not to know. And that is why he becomes special to people when he says it. And then you are wondering, why do people love this man? Why does he have so many supporters? Because he says things that resonate with them. Because he reasons like them. because he feels what they are feeling. Anyway, I've said enough. Make I leave am for here now. It's another day in court for PO, and we'll bring you updates later today. Make I for fit bring you updates. I need to enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.